What's up everyone? In today's video I would like to compare instinctive training with following a structured program. Now, what is instinctive training? I would say instinctive training is when you're basically not following a structured program, which means that you don't know in advance how your workout is gonna look like. So you're stepping in the gym and you decide then and there how many reps you're gonna do, how much sets you're gonna do, which exercises you're gonna execute. So you might step in the gym and think, okay, I'm gonna start with some bench pressing, do it in a pyramid fashion, then I'm gonna move on to some incline pressing, as well as to finish off the chest, some isolation work like some flies or some cable crossovers. Now, some people take it even to the extreme where they don't even have set days. So once they step in the gym, then they decide which muscle groups they're gonna train. So if they feel like training chest or back, they're gonna do that. But this is kind of the extreme. Now, on the other hand, if you're following a structured program, you know in advance which body parts you're gonna train that day, which exercises you're gonna do, the sets, the rep ranges, and also how much weight you need to take. Now, so let's compare the two. What are the big advantages and also disadvantages of the both methods? Now, the biggest advantage of instinctive training is that you're very flexible and pretty much train how you feel that day. You can cut back on the volume if your lifts are kind of sucking and you aren't feeling it that day, but you can also increase the volume if you feel really good and the weight is moving up really fast and easy. So there lies the big advantage of instinctive training. Now, there are some disadvantages. For example, you can't mentally prepare in advance. So on a structured program, you know, okay, I gotta hit 200 kilograms on the squat for 3 to 4 reps. You can mentally prepare in advance because you know what you have to do. You can't really do that with instinctive training. And trust me guys, don't underestimate this factor. Preparing mentally in advance can make a big difference. Another disadvantage is that it's really hard to judge your progress because you're constantly changing it up. Typically you do that if you're following instinctive training. So if you're constantly changing the exercises and also the rep schemes and the set fashions you're doing, it's really hard to compare your progress in the long run. Now let's move on to a structured program. The big advantage is, like I said, you can mentally prepare in advance because you know exactly what you have to do and what is awaiting for you in the gym. Another advantage, at least in my experience, is that you're not really pushing it too far, because when I'm doing instinctive training, what I might do for a couple of weeks sometimes, just because I feel like it, the problem is that I'm pretty much pushing almost to failure. So I might stop one rep before failure. On the other hand, on a structured program, I might stop sometimes 2 or 3 reps before hitting failure. So I'm not even coming near failure. And in this situation, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should have done 1 or 2 more reps, but in the long run, because I haven't spent my wheels in this session, my next session is gonna be good as well. Whereas if I push too far in one session, it will have a big impact on my next session, and my next session will suffer most of the time. Now, the only disadvantage I see with following a structured program is that you aren't as flexible. I mean, some programs have kind of a auto-regulation spin to it, but most of them don't. Most of the time you can only reduce like the accessory work or so, but you aren't as flexible as with instinctive training. Now, to summarize and give you my opinion, in my experience I made the best gains following a structured program. Now, of course, you have to choose a good one, but one that I can really recommend is the one I'm doing currently. So Johnny Candido's 6 weeks program, I think it's a great one and many people have had a lot of success so far with it. And like I said, I do sometimes incorporate some phases of instinctive training, but I am progressing. I mean, hypertrophy wise, I am getting bigger and also a little bit stronger, but I'm never making these huge jumps as with structured programs. So in my opinion, if you're not experienced, and even if you are experienced, you should still follow a good program and let the instinctive training do people who are training for like 20 years or so. Because this is actually another disadvantage of instinctive training, that you need to have a lot of experience and know your body pretty well. So guys, this was it for today's video. Please let me know down in the comments what you think and also what your experiences have been so far, if you've actually tried instinctive training and how it worked for you. But this was it for today. Thanks for watching. Germ Gains, peace out.